The objective is to develop strength, speed, power, stamina, flexibility, mental fortitude and muscle memory for combat. See, these are all the point where it's combative conditioning. We're not isolating a muscle to get a ripped abs or a big chest, corking quads, all that sort of carry on. Okay, we're looking for a combative objective. The areas combat conditioning covers everything. It's quite a comprehensive way of training, and your training has to be in line with that. It has to be so mental fortitude comes into that part of it. That's the reason why the training has to be sporadic, improvised, chaotic, not the same routine every day. We do different routines and change stuff all around the place because that's the nature of chaos and fighting. Okay, because no two fights are the same. So therefore no two work out. Muscle memory as well, developing these neural pathways so that what we're doing is good habits. This is an important point. This is all about the development, this is the refining of the technique, the sculpting of the technique, developing good muscle memory, eliminating bad habits that will make us be slower, sloppy, compromise our defence. You're in your gym, your local gym or your garage or whatever like that, you say, right, today the theme is going to be impact. What exercises?
Bag work.
Bag work, yeah. Obvious, yeah. Press-ups, because it's that muscle group that we're working like that. Or press-ups or press, or presses and stuff like that. It's a compound exercise that we work in the muscle groups that you'll be using to strike. Yeah.
Legs.
Legs, yeah, legs because you need the legs to drive through. Yeah. So and hopefully try and develop leg exercises that are relevant to what you do. Training is usually high intensity, but can also be endurance based. So it's got room for both. High intensity training is in vogue at the moment. High intensity interval training is very much the now thing for athletes, because they found out there's so many good benefits of that sort of training. It works well for us because we're often in an anaerobic situation. When we hit and strike, it's very anaerobic. We need that sort of explosiveness. We need that sort of thing. But being endurance-based is also important, because now we're seeing more MMA fighters gassing out in rounds. There's less. The high-intensity training's really taken on, but it's arguably the fact that their lungs are given up on them and stuff like that. When you get to round 2 or round 3, there's a lot more fatigue coming on. The game's getting harder, and that could be one argument for it. It doesn't have to necessarily be that. But generally, high intensity is also because you're developing fast twitch muscles, whereas endurance-based stuff tends to develop slow twitch muscles, and fast twitch muscles is what we want. But I say, endurance-based will develop better mental fortitude as well, the never give in attitude. Themes are rarely aimed at developing specific muscle groups. Okay, that's not our objective. We're not isolating a muscle to get big biceps. We're looking for a combative objective. So it would be a series of exercises. Your theme for a workout might be impact. Always look at the motion of what you're doing as well. This is always the danger. Like when you punch with weights, there's no point doing a straight punch holding a weight like that, because the physics are against you. You're resisting against a force that's pulling down, which is not where the force of a punch is going. Okay, the force of a punch is going across here. So much better with a resistance band, or if you are going to punch with a weight, lie on your back, so you're in line with the gravity. That's a classic example of that. And so it's on the ground, be wary of things like that as well. Make sure that you are pushing against what would be like a body pinning you, etc. Generally solo exercises, functional fitness are, but some can be done in cooperation or competition with another. Okay, we do some of this where you make two sides competing against each other. Anything with resistance bands you can work for both impact and grappling. Yeah, go on. Someone else? Sledgehammers on the tyres, baseball bats on the bags, anything that develops impact. Slams, medicine ball slams. Medicine ball, by the way, is an essential piece of equipment. We all should own a medicine ball. You should have a medicine ball and have it back at home. So when we're sat down in the evening, stuff like that, because there's so much you can do with that. It's great for rehabilitation training, medicine ball. It works core strength, it works compound movements. But generally they are solo exercises. They're exercises that you can, when you're on your own, you can get on with. So you're not having to rely on the class, the club, other people. It's always important to be able to have that. That's why we do all this shadow boxing and work like that, so there's no excuse. So anyone says, I've got no one to train with, well, you've got a whole list of exercises that you can just get on with, a whole routine. I don't know what to practice. That's where people just start doing very abstract exercises because they've been taught that that's fitness. Do functional fitness exercises. Exercises are usually compound movements rather than isolation movements. Very important. No point doing concentration curls and stuff like that because they're not working a functional mechanism. It doesn't resemble anything else. You might as well be doing. You're going to do a bicep curl. Do jumping to your feet bicep curls. There's no ways of looking at it. You can look at an isolation exercise and see if there's a way you can develop it that's make it more dynamic.